So what were the key findings and recommendations of the movement report?
So we've been working for the past 18 months, 2 years with Nike, looking at the issue of physical inactivity in the UK. This is part of a bigger piece of work that Nike have been involved in, looking at the massively alarming changes that are happening in societies across the world, where we're seeing large falls in the amount of physical activity people are involved in. And Nike are concerned about this, as are we. So we teamed up and we've been doing some work specifically in the UK, looking at how can we get more people active. And we have a number of, probably 4 main areas. One, or in terms of findings, one of those is very much looking that you have to make this youth-centred. It's so important to focus on young people. Start early, earlier than the current policies prescribed for, thinking about primary school and even earlier, working with parents at that stage. That's the window of opportunity. And then you need to focus on the transition points. Where are the drop-offs in terms of activity? So that could be the transition from primary school to secondary school, or from education into work. So I'd say that out of anything is the core thing. Let's focus on young people and understand, listen to what they want to be doing and act accordingly.
Okay, could you reflect on the sort of motivations for Nike getting involved? Is this about the brand being seen to be doing something good, or what motivates them to engage in the agenda, getting more people active more often?
So clearly, speaking as a director of research of a think tank, I couldn't dream of speaking on behalf of Nike, but from my understanding and having working quite closely for them, is that they are genuinely alarmed at the impact that physical inactivity is having on people. It is having huge costs to society. It is a huge burden in terms of a whole range of things, in terms of and personal suffering. But equally, they can really see the clear role that physical activity can add to society. It has huge benefits across the board in terms of educational attainment, clearly the health outcomes, antisocial behaviour, confidence, a whole range of things. So the benefits of having a more active society are enormous, and Nike recognise that. Now clearly for Nike, it's good business to have people being active and physically active. And so I would imagine that they are also concerned about to ensure the long-term viability of their business, which is, then they need to have active populations, and that is a good thing, that we need to have the big organisations, big corporations, global brands behind these sort of changes, because we're talking about such a major change that needs to be achieved.
Great. Given what you've found in your research and what you've heard today about the ambitions of UK Active, what type of role do you think it could play in this agenda?
I think it's a hugely important role. The fitness industry is a vital component of the ecosystem which provides physical activity in the UK. And talking to a number of your members, both small and big today, you can really see that they're a crucial part in terms of playing a leadership role in taking this forward. A lot of your members provide activities that are very different to those being provided in schools at the moment. Part of our research really showed how young people and people are increasingly interested in more individually based sports, athletics, gym, things that go on in gyms, and a lot of your members are actively involved in that. That plays a huge role. So I see that the role that UK Active can play in the future is one of leadership and as a mechanism of driving change at a local level.
Great, okay, thanks very much.
Good.